Yeah.
I can't believe I skipped this over. I guess this is a good point to bring it up anyway. But I was going to say I was expecting to have a little bit more recruiting news to talk about. We haven't seen there hasn't been any mass offerings of players in the 27 or 28 class, or you start to see different kids in one area, when Coach Ojong's down in Arizona and 5 or 6 kids get offered, you're like, okay, he's in Arizona for a little bit. Like when Coach Ola Adams is down in Florida or out in Maryland, you kind of know where those guys are. We haven't really seen that movement yet, so I haven't seen anything in terms of what Indiana is going to be doing this week. I don't know, Jamie, if you may have caught something on a different part of Twitter that I haven't seen, but I think as the week unfolds.
Yeah, I think we'll see. I think we'll see more. I think they're kind of it's still only Tuesday. I think that they're probably licking their wounds kind of from the game and looking at film and stuff. And I think that hopefully we'll get some some tidbits about where they're going. But I actually, I think they're kind of close to being done with 26, depending on if someone falls in their lap or if something happens with one of their current commits, and then they kind of go to a backup plan. But yeah, you're right. 27, they got to go and see these kids. So I do know that I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I saw that Haynes. I think one of the defensive coaches are going to be going to talk to Jaden Williams specifically.
Yeah, Haynes is. Haynes is going to go watch him play on.
Yeah, so I think we'll get a lot of movement there, like Sword Friday night, Thursday, Wednesday, tomorrow, but Thursday, Friday, Saturday specifically. And hopefully we know a little bit more about where their priorities lie, I guess.
Caleb saying he saw Indiana offered an edge out of Connecticut today. Was that the 6'7" kid? Because I think I saw that too. They offered a 6'7" defensive end. Yeah, 4
star. Do you know what year?
27 probably.
Oh, let me look.
Sorry, Mackay something maybe. So than M.
Yeah, but hopefully we'll see some movement coming up here shortly, because I'm very excited about the Jamison Purcell kid. I think he's a legit quarterback. That Maine South, because my high school played them a couple times when I was there. They weren't as good when I was there, but when my brother was going through, they were they've been Maine South is one of the best teams in the state every single year. So if you're playing as a sophomore there, I mean, you're a legit player. And he played last year and he's playing this year. Yeah. So very excited about him.
Lefty. Love that.
Slinger.
Yeah. All right. Brad, did you play? Were you a wide receiver? Because it's got to be.
That's kind of my strength in terms of evaluation, at least.
Well, so is it that much different to catch? I've obviously been thrown to by lefties before with the football, but I've never not in the heat of a game. Where is it a totally different?
Funny enough, I've never had a lefty quarterback, so I honestly wouldn't be able to tell you personally.
Interesting.
The ball tails in a different direction.
Right. That's kind of
opposite. Right. I don't think it's that big of an. I mean, it's just there's just less lefties out there, and I think that's just the way it goes. I don't think there's any reason to have it. I'm not really looking at the spin. I'm more so looking at where's the ball going to be is my main focus, and just strong hands no matter what. All the guys put zip on it, so you just got to be ready for it. I don't think the spin really affects catching it too much. I could be wrong, but I just haven't experienced it. But from what I'm not really focused on how this ball's spinning. That's not really going to tell me where it's going to be. It's more so just the angle of the ball, the velocity of it, and then anticipating that.
Yeah. All right. Here's what I'm thinking, because I couldn't believe I didn't bring this up yet, because Brad, I told you to hold your tongue, and then I completely buried it. But I wanted to end with looking ahead to what the rest of the Indiana season is going to bring. And the first thing it's going to bring after the bye week is a game at Oregon, 3:30, CBS, top 10, winner, likely number 1.
It's beautiful.
You went kind of semi-viral this week on Twitter.
Yeah. Last time I checked, I was at 1.8K likes on that, mostly because obviously the IU faithful loved it. They were eating it all up. And then what sort of started to happen was these Ohio State fans started coming in and just being like, you guys won't hop us, and really all I was saying was, regardless of the outcome of this game, I think each of these teams have an argument for the best resume in college football. You have Oregon coming off with a road win against Penn State, and then they are able to handle Indiana at home. And then they beat the crap out of every other team. Indiana, road win at Iowa, road win at Oregon, home beat down of Illinois, a top 25 team. Find me a better resume. I'm gonna throw in ODU as a kicker because they look like they're a top 50 team. So I'll throw in that one as well. Like it's hard for me to obviously Ohio State's looked fantastic this year. They're averaging teams to 5 points a game. It's unbelievable. I didn't think this defense could get better than they were last year, but they just are. And obviously, eye test, Ohio State's very good. I'm not trying to disrespect Ohio State. Would never do that. I know what happened last year. They won the Natty. We lost at home. It's not what my intent was. It was more so
we didn't lose at home.
This game's such a huge game that it's a huge resume booster because I see these teams as legit top 5, top 6 level teams. So if you get that dub, that's a huge win. And when it comes down to December and they're announcing the college football playoff.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it right now. If IU wins at Oregon, they better be number 1. I don't know. There's no other better resume. I don't think. I guess
I haven't looked at everyone's schedule the next 2 weeks, but it's hard for me to
that's what
fathom something's better than the 4 legit wins that we have.
That's what I'm saying. If you win, if you beat what should be a ranked. I mean, I think Illinois plays Purdue maybe or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, Illinois plays Purdue this week.
Right. So if they're in the top 20 and IU beat them by 53 and IU won on the road at Iowa, and then IU goes in and somehow wins in Autzen, I just don't see a scenario where another team has a better win unless it's one of the undefeated SEC teams. But I don't know if they have the wins that are better than IU. So again,
on the road,
a Big Ten schedule, lucky enough for us to where it's like, find me a better resume than that.
On the road in Oregon would be the best win in the country this year.
Right.
Hands down. Like they are the best team in the country.
And the Illinois win.
And if you look at Oregon last year welcomed the national champion into their house and beat them. So it's like this is not it's just not an easy place to play.
T.O. 3-run jack. There we go.
Brad, I'm gonna let you get out of here and watch the game. Jamie, I appreciate all the time, but I just want to get one last question for you. When you look ahead at the rest of Indiana's season, what stands out to you? What are you looking for, or what are you looking forward to? Like, if you could encapsulate how you feel right now about the rest of Indiana's season, how would you put that into words?
I guess with one word, it would be just excited. This year, they have let's just be honest, they have a tougher draw. Obviously, it's all kind of luck based of who you get and if they're good that year. But again, I like I said earlier, I picked 9-3. I thought that they would. I had to have it proven to me that they would win at Iowa. They've done that. I still don't think that is Maryland. I mean, that could be a trip up game. We'll see what Maryland looks like. I think Maryland's going to lose to. I think they're playing Washington this week. I think.
Yeah, it's Mario versus Wario.
there you go. So, but I'm super excited that they get to go to Oregon, that they get to play at Penn State. Like, this is a legit game that I thought if they were going to win one of the two, Penn State or Oregon game, I just kind of chalked up the Oregon game as a loss. But Penn State, seeing how they looked and just watching them play, I think IU can hang with them even on the road. I just think that IU can score with anybody. Got to get the cadence. The cadence.
Silent count's not going to win on the road in the Big Ten. It's just not.
Right.
In these crazy road environments.
Switch it up. Right.
Yeah.
But
even fake the silent count once. Fake it one time. It's like.
Well, do you guys remember? I'm sure you guys were like in school, but Penix, so they were brilliant at the silent count. A lot of times it was at home, but like the Penix would clap and then they would wait like a second to snap the ball, and they got multiple times. They got Michigan in that game. That from 2021, there was literally no one in the stadium, I don't think, because it was like 2020 or whatever. 2020. They had like 5 free plays because Penix was just, changing up the cadence on the snap. And it's like, I don't understand. Like, I know that Lynch is like putting his hand out there, but it's like, you just hold the ball for another second, please, or something. Do something different. Mm-hmm. But again, if that gets fixed, I really do think that they have a chance win 10, maybe even 11 games. So that's, if they go back-to-back 11-win season, it's. I mean, we are on a rocket ship here, and maybe people will start respecting IU. Maybe Brett McMurphy will get a good tweet from Brett McMurphy.
I don't even want one.
I think honestly that might be if IU wins 11 games this year somehow and they're in the playoff again, maybe we get a nice tweet from Brett McMurphy. I'm gonna
he'll
frame
still put
it
us in the Rely Quest Bowl.
I know, unbelievable that guy.
What a tool!
I know,
Brad.
He does have a huge mustache. I have to say, good mustache.
Brad, how do you feel about the rest of Indiana's season?
Very confident. I think they're in a position, a lot of parity going on where it seems like, last year 10-2 was the target number to get you in. If you're a 10-2 Power 4 team, you were in the playoff basically, at least in the SEC and the Big Ten, right? And that's what's important in IU's context, right? And they're in great position to be 10-2. They all of a sudden have a really tough road game in College Park, Maryland. So now we have a few more big games than what we anticipate going into the year. But I think they're very well positioned. Also, considering we took two of Maryland's best players in the offseason, I think it really bodes well for us, and especially in that game. Penn State looks very beatable. The computers say the same thing. Oddly enough, they have us as a basically 50-50 shot on the road, which means they like us as a better team on a neutral field and at home. I think that says a lot. And the eye test obviously points to that. They don't use Aller correctly. They need to throw it downfield more with him. I don't know what the issue is, whether it's pass pro, whatever it could be. I don't watch Penn State close enough. I really only watch that Oregon game. So it's hard to really point out problems when you're playing Oregon because they're just going to create a bunch that probably don't exist in every week in a week-to-week basis because they're so talented. And then obviously, if you're feeling any bit of confidence going into an Oregon game in Autzen, that place is nuts. Top 10 environment in college football. If you have any sort of confidence going into it, I think you're a good team. You're in a good spot. And I think they're John and our OG listener on the first show, first commenter, first donator. He's been screaming from the rooftops for 12-0, and the more weeks go on, from what I've seen him in the first 5 games, John, you're not completely off. Like that is a real possibility with this team, and I think that's just exciting. Whether or not it happens or not, the fact that you can picture it and see it happening is an unfathomable concept for us IU fans, and I think it's just important. I've said it on the last show. Just enjoy the journey because it's just, I wouldn't get so caught up in all the other stuff. Just enjoy the games. Appreciate that we have a contender. Win or lose, stick by them because they'll bounce back. They'll figure it out. And I would love to see 12-0. I think it's a real possibility.
I don't even have anything to add to what you guys just said. So I think that's the perfect place to wrap it up. This was the bye-week extravaganza. First time doing double guests on a show, I believe, which is insane. Jamie Jordan, Hoosier Huddle's Jamie Jordan, IU Reactionary's Jamie Jordan, second appearance on the show. Jamie, thank you so much for being on. We always appreciate you.
Thanks for having me, guys. Yeah.
Of course. Jamie's article is coming out on Hoosier Huddle tomorrow. Definitely be on the lookout for that. You can follow him at Jamie Jordan. Follow the IU Reactionary at IU React, right?
Correct, yes.
Hell yeah. And then obviously check out Hoosier Huddle. Sammy and the guys over at Hoosier Huddle do an awesome job. It's an awesome site that's been doing it forever, for long before we have, and for long before Indiana was good. So those guys have earned it, more than earned it. Jamie, appreciate you being on the show with us. You can follow us at the Voice of College Football, at Indiana at the Voice of College, or at Indiana VOCFB. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to the YouTube. If you're watching on Sigs Inside Twitter account, hop on over to the YouTube, subscribe. Good stuff. Appreciate everybody hanging out. We will have no show this weekend. We'll be back next Tuesday to preview the Oregon Ducks. The Indiana Hoosiers are 5-0. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us this week. We'll see you next week. Go Hoosiers.
Go Hoosiers.